Good morning, children. Our today's topic is enzymes. So, first of all, we should know that all the enzymes are proteinaceous in nature. This is the first point. You can write that it is first that all enzymes are proteinaceous in nature. Second point is that enzymes are also called as biocatalyst. Third point is that sometimes the nucleic acid also act as enzymes, and in that case they are called as ribozymes. Okay, now these are the some introductory points are there. Now one thing which I want to explain you here, look at here. As you know, we have taken up in the definition of enzymes that enzymes are proteinaceous in nature. They are actually made up of protein only. In the previous topics we have seen that proteins have their primary structure as linear chain, linear polypeptide chain. They have their secondary structures as helical structure, and the tertiary structure like hollow woolen ball like structure of protein is also there. This is the tertiary structure of the protein. So same way the enzymes also get modified to form more functional forms of it, and that can be the tertiary structure. So in the tertiary structure of any of the protein, some pockets are formed. Pockets or crevices they are called as. So why do pockets or crevices are required in the enzyme? Actually there is a theory how do enzymes works in our body. That theory is lock and key theory. Lock and key theory is means that कि suppose this is a enzyme and which is having these active sites. These active sites or pockets are formed because of the tertiary structure of the protein, because this is an enzyme in this case, but ultimately it is a protein and it has modified its structure to form this type of active sites which are the pockets only. So why these pockets are formed? Because this enzyme has to catalyze this substrate, and this substrate also should be having this type of active sites so that the enzyme substrate complex will be formed. Then only enzyme can catalyze the process. Suppose this is the enzyme and this is substrate, so intermediate stage is this, that enzyme will bind with the substrate with its active sites and enzyme substrate complex will be formed, and ultimately the substrate will convert into the product and enzyme will left behind as it is after the reaction. This is so that way which I want to tell you that for the when the protein actually when it changes its shape to its tertiary structure, so that these active sites will be formed, and these active sites are required to bind with the substrate. So this is how enzymes performs their functions in our body. Okay, so our metabolic reactions are catalyzed by the enzyme. They are called as biocatalyst, but they are different from the inorganic catalyst. What I have told you about the active sites which is written here, so and all these crevices and pockets are also written here, कि these crevices and pockets are formed in which the substrates which is the substrate fits into that, and that way in these active sites when the substrate fits, the rate of reaction is increased, and that way the enzyme act as biocatalyst. But they are different from inorganic catalyst, for because inorganic catalyst can perform their function at very high temperature also, but the 30 to 32 degrees centigrade is the appropriate temperature for the function of the enzymes in the living body. At higher temperature more than the 40 degrees centigrade, the enzymes get denatured or enzymes get disturbed, their structure get disturbed so that they cannot catalyze the biological reaction. But there is again exception that the organism those are living in the hot water springs, their enzymes are even functional at 80 to 90 degrees centigrade. So these enzymes are actually thermal stable enzyme. They have the adaptation of thermal stability. So these are the exception about the enzyme. So this is all about the introductory paragraph of the enzyme. Now here they have taken one topic as chemical reaction. So chemical reaction and physical reaction, there are two types of reactions are actually there. In physical reaction there is a change in the shape or there is a change in the structure but not the breaking of the bonds. But in chemical reaction the bonds also get break and form the new products. So physical process examples they have taken, like suppose the water is converted into ice or into water vapor when heated. It is an example of the physical process. But in chemical process, as they have taken here example that barium hydroxide when reacts with sulfuric acid it forms barium sulfate. So it is an example of chemical reaction. Similarly, one more chemical reaction in the case of living organism they have taken up कि once the starch is hydrolyzed to form the glucose, then again it is a chemical reaction. So the rate of the chemical reaction is what the product forms per unit of time. How much product is formed per unit of time is its rate of reaction. And if the direction of a reaction is also known, then it is called as the velocity. Now every chemical process is actually influenced by the temperature. Here it is written every 10 degree centigrade change in the temperature. Suppose the 10 degree centigrade temperature is increased, the rate of reaction will also increase to double the original rate of reaction. And if 10 degree centigrade temperature is decreased, then it will become half the original rate of reaction. That means temperature affects the rate of reaction. Now we are here coming कि how do they, here they have taken up the example the effect of biocatalyst or enzyme on the rate of reaction. So they are saying that now we are observing कि when enzyme catalyze the reactions and when the enzyme not catalyzed the reaction, then there is a big difference. Here they have taken the example that carbon dioxide reacts with water to form carbonic acid in the presence of carbonic anhydrase enzyme in the process of respiration. So here they have shown that if this reaction is not catalyzed by this enzyme, then in an hour only 200 molecules of carbonic acids are formed in an hour, point to be noted. But if it is catalyzed by enzyme carbonic anhydrase, so per second, in every second 6 lakh molecules of carbonic acid is formed. That means in the presence of enzyme the rate of reaction has increased 10 million times. So we can imagine that if the reaction is catalyzed by enzyme or if it is uncatalyzed reaction, then difference of rate of reaction is very much clear. Now we are here coming that key bodies all metabolism are catalyzed by enzymes only. As in the process of respiration, the first step is glycolysis in which glucose is converted into pyruvic acid. So this glucose is not directly converting into pyruvic acid, rather 10 different enzyme catalyzed metabolic reactions, intermediate reactions are there. Means once glucose is converted into pyruvic acid, the 10 intermediate compounds are formed and those all reactions are actually catalyzed by the enzymes only. Here they have given that this reaction can be changed on the basis of the condition. If oxygen is not enough available, then pyruvic acid will not form, rather lactic acid will be formed. And if this reaction is occurred in the presence of yeast and in anaerobic conditions, then in place of pyruvic acid the ethanol is formed, which is called as fermentation, and it is a type of anaerobic respiration which we have already done in the 10th class also, types of respiration, and this will again come in the next chapters also. The complete chapter of respiration is there. So this is up to here, and in the next video we will be taking the next topic, this one. Thank you.